Peace, love, and light, ICSP family. Today we're going to talk about something that's more important than money. Something that when you don't have it, you realize just how important it is. And that one thing is health. ICSP family, I think it's more important than ever right now for us to really begin a path to put our health as a number one priority in our life. I talk to so many people right now, and I know a lot of you guys watching this video, we all have somebody that is battling some type of chronic health condition, whether it stems from high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, lupus. There's so many different diseases and viruses out, especially right now, that is really damaging our society and our loved ones. I think now more than ever, we have to really start making conscious health decisions so that as a society, we can really move forward and tackle our health so that now we can start focusing on other things in our lifestyle so we're not having to pop medications and, spending countless hours in a hospital. There's a lot of people right now that are really poisoning their body, and sometimes they might be doing it subconsciously. They're not really conscious of decisions they're making because they've kind of been taught this way. So I'll give you a specific example of my lifestyle. Growing up as a child, we kind of pretty much ate unhealthy foods because my mom really didn't know any better. Sometimes lack of knowledge is why our people are destroyed, because we don't have the information to really change our society and change our generations that we're living in. So, growing up, I would eat a lot of fast food, a lot of foods that have toxic chemicals in them, sodas and candy bars and things like that. And I noticed that when I was eating those, I felt differently because they are changing your genetic chemistry. They're fluctuating your mind pretty much because they're putting different chemicals. There's a lot of dyes in them, like red dyes and yellow dyes and stuff like that. It's really important for us to check the ingredients in the food that we're eating. So growing up, I was eating the foods, and they make you feel good temporarily, and you're not really conscious of what you're putting into your body because that's just the food that you were given, and that's just the food that you can adapt it to because it might be a specific ethnic food. Like if you're Mexican, you eat specific Mexican foods that's just your tradition. And you don't really realize that those foods aren't the healthiest foods that you're supposed to be eating. So I started to realize that I needed to start making a change in that when I became conscious of the foods that I was putting in my body. And once I did that, it really affected my whole surrounding community because I was the one person telling them, hey, instead of going to eat these unhealthy foods, why don't we start eating a little bit better? I'm not saying that you guys have to go full vegan, although it can help you, especially if you guys are putting so much meat and, you're eating high starch foods, a lot of rices, a lot of, breads, a lot of pizza, things like that. It may be time for you to start fasting and go on a different course in your life because that will affect your body so that, if you're having a lot of chronic health conditions, it can change that and really help you. I also think as a community, we need to start prioritizing our sleep because there's a lot of people that think they can operate on 2-3 hours of sleep, which short term, yeah, you might be able to do that, but it's really important for us to really make sure that we're sleeping enough so that our body can properly heal itself. When you're asleep, that's when your body is doing a lot of the repairing. And, so I think that that's a really important thing that we need to focus on too. Make sure that we're getting enough sleep. And I think transitioning as far as a community, I think that we really need to start prioritizing as well the amount of poisons that we're putting in our body as far as, like I said, in some of the other videos, the drugs, the alcohols. We really need to start really making it a priority for us to really make sure that our body is something that we're not destroying. We have to really look at it as like it's a holy temple because what we're putting into our body is really affecting not only us, but it's actually affecting the future generations. And we need more leaders in our communities, but if we're not eating the proper foods and we're not taking care of our health, that's actually affecting so much of our life. That's like the number one priority. So we're not even having enough opportunities to really change the world. I think more than ever, it's time for us to really make sure that we're eating better. We're limiting these toxic chemicals. We're putting sleep at the top of our list. And we're really taking the time so that we can start changing the mindsets of these future generations and giving them the knowledge. If we don't have the knowledge that we need so that we can make information, guys, we're living in a time right now that you can literally go on Google and they'll tell you so much information about small lifestyle changes that you can make, whether it be consuming specific vitamins, especially right now with the winter coming up. I think it's extremely important for us to really start boosting our immune system. Start taking your vitamin C's, your zincs, elderberries. I notice with me when I take those, I like to drink a lot of lemon water. I take ginger, that's powerful, turmeric, such things as those. It can really help your body, so that you can start having the proper mindset. I really challenge ICSP family for you guys to start taking your health more seriously and put this as the number one priority. Don't wait till you go to the doctor and you find out that you have a chronic health disease, and now it's affecting somebody else in your family, and they might now in turn not really prioritize their health because they're so stressed out. There's a lot of times where people eat because they'll eat foods that are unhealthy because they're stressed out, and it's just like a domino effect. One thing leads to another. So guys, let's start prioritizing that. ICSP family, health is wealth. Until the next time, peace, love, and light, ICSP family.